Sorry, but this is gonna be all over the place. But I've had to kind of push myself to be an adult and to grow up. Like, I still had like childlike playfulness, but not as much because I had to be an adult. And what a lot of you guys don't know is that after that has happened and my mom came back, I never told her about it. I wanted to tell her so bad, but I never told her about it because I know what she was gonna do. And honestly, it's a hard thing to even talk about, period. And that's just something I just wanted to leave in the past. He's gone, and I felt like, why talk about it? Why even tell her and stuff? And honestly, I never really wanted to talk about it or tell anybody this because I feel like I would lose people in my life if I talk about it. But honestly, if I lose people in my life, if I talk about it, and you know who you are, but if I lose a family member or whatever, and it's not my mom, but if I lose you, if I talk about it, then maybe you was really not meant to be in my life, to be honest. Or maybe you just, I don't know. But, yeah. And honestly, a lot of people don't really understand that I've went through a lot since I was 7 years old. 7 years old. I went from a playful, free kid, just wanting to sing, dance, just playful, living my kiddie life, right? Then, boom, my mom left. Boom, my dad left. Boom, I'm alone, depressed, sad. I have to take care of my sister, make sure my sister is straight. Look, I've been taking care of my sister. I can tell you this since I was 7, because when my mom was gone, I was making sure that my sister was straight. I was. And honestly, after my mom came back, that she wasn't familiar with that place either, so she had to adapt to the environment because he left us alone. He abandoned us. And honestly, yeah, you guys can point the finger at each other, but honestly, you guys really need to self-reflect. My mom and my dad. Y'all need to self-reflect because honestly, instead of just thinking about yourselves, think about the people that you guys really affected, which is me and my sister. You guys really affected us. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people grow up so fast because they don't really realize that their childhood is what's affecting them. Just think deeper, guys. Parents, moms, dads, grandmothers, aunties, whoever in your family, self-reflect and kind of just make sure you talk to your kids a lot more, because I feel like a lot of kids hold things in, and I never knew I would be the type of person to hold that kind of stuff in. And I kind of came to a realization that when I looked at the tarot cards and she said that I went to, shout out to Kiana Lachey, because I've been watching your videos too when you kind of like started posting and stuff. And I seen that after I seen the Shanetta Divine Tarot, I wasn't really aware of what it was that was holding me back and that was still hurting me until I went to her channel. And you know, the universe works in mysterious ways, and God works in mysterious ways, and the spirits and the angels work in mysterious ways, to the point where right after I watched that, I watched Kiana Lachey, and she was talking about her truth and how she lied, but she didn't lie, she just didn't tell you guys. She wasn't really open with you guys. And I feel like that's really hard to open up about. And she inspired me to kind of make this video right now before I even go to sleep, because honestly, when she said that, I kind of knew at that moment that that's what I never healed from. And that's what I never really talked about, and I feel like needs to be talked about. And I really thank you for that too. So shout out to the both of them. And you know, that kind of confirmed what it was. And you know, and I watched like other tarot cards, and then that confirmed even more that that's what I'm hurting from and what I'm trying to run away from. And honestly, if you keep running away from it, it's gonna come back. And it's gonna come back until you deal with it. And I'm dealing with it right now. And for the person that did that to me, not probably, but that did that to me, that's probably gonna see my video sometime, I guess soon, or maybe later on in life. I want you to know I forgive you. And I forgive you, and I'm sorry for whatever you've went through that kind of made you do that, you know, because there's reasons to why people do stuff like that. And I feel like I forgive you, and I'm sorry for whatever you've went through that made you do that, you know. And as sick as it was, and as nasty as it was, and you just came for somebody that was really, really young, didn't know nothing, wasn't familiar with the place, and you knew it. I wasn't familiar with the environment. I wasn't like really, you know, I was a target, you know. And I'm just thankful it didn't happen to my sister. I'm really, really just thankful that it didn't happen to my sister. And I hope you heal yourself and you forgive yourself, hopefully, if you didn't push it away, because I know it's going to haunt back to you. But I hope you heal yourself, and I'm sorry for whatever you've went through, but I forgive you, you know. And that's all I have to say to you. And I just don't want to ever talk to you ever again, honestly. I really don't want to talk to you ever again. Honestly, the only time I would want to hear from you or talk to you again is if you say sorry, and that's it. And I don't ever want to hear from you ever again after that. But that's that, and you know. But basically, that's what I really wanted to talk about. And I've never, ever, ever told anybody about this ever, except for my boyfriend, again, my aunt, and my sister, my little sister. And you know, and that's why I feel like me and my sister were always close, because I feel like I was always there for her. I was always right by her side, you know, and you know, she was right by mine and stuff. And I really thank my sister for not telling anybody, so I can kind of deal with it myself and kind of heal from it properly, because everything happens for a reason. Maybe I wasn't ready to tell my parents, or maybe this is like something that people learn. But honestly, after that, like, I stopped trusting everybody. Honestly, didn't trust my mom, my dad. I didn't trust nobody. The only person I could really say I trusted was my sister, you know? So I didn't trust nobody. And that's why it's hard for me to trust a lot of people, because just new people in general, I hate meeting new people. And when I do meet new people, I hate trusting them, because I feel like I don't know who you are. Like, I don't know who you are, because when I first met that person, when I first met his dad, he seemed like a cool person, seemed like a normal person, but who would have known that he would do that to me? None of you guys would have, right? So it's like, when I meet new people, it's kind of like, who do I trust? Like, who are you for real? Do I really know you? And I feel like just recently, me and my boyfriend broke up or whatever. And it was not recently, it was like maybe 2-3 months ago. But we're still broken up, but we're working on getting back together. But basically, when we broke up, I kind of like stayed up all night, and I have kind of insomnia sometimes because I can't go to sleep early sometimes. I mean, I can, but I don't end up going to sleep. I don't know why. But basically, I ended up staying up all day, all night. Let me tell you guys, I ended up staying up all night, and I was just, my mind was racing, and it's not good for your mind to race all over the place, because it makes up different, when you think a lot, it makes up different things that is not really your reality. It's really like just made up, because you're so in your head that you're just making shit up. So it's like when I was like just up all night, just thinking, couldn't go to sleep, just up, just looking at the wall, waiting for my boyfriend, my baby daddy to come back. I honestly ended up arguing with him, and I'm like, what are you not telling me? Because he's cheated. He's talked to other females before, so I felt like he wasn't telling me something, and that's why I say, like, it's hard to trust people because of that happened to me in the past. And honestly, I was just yelling at him, what are you not telling me? What are you not telling me? And then that's when, like, I stayed up all night, because it's like my brain was just making up different things, and I felt like I couldn't trust my baby daddy that I've been with for 4 years, and I was like, dang, I can't trust him. I can't trust anybody. I can't trust my mom. I can't trust anybody. And it was just like, everything was just making stuff up in my head, and I'm just staying up, and I'm like, and I lied to you guys not. That night, I thought like my baby daddy was like it wasn't a good person. Like, I thought he was like probably out to get me or something like that, like trying to trap me or something, but it really wasn't that case at all. It was just, I was so in my head, and I didn't deal with what I went through when I was younger and didn't talk about it. So I feel like it just haunted me that day until this day now, that it made me just question my relationship with this dude I've been together with for 4 years. And I'm just looking at him like backing up, like literally I was so scared of him. I'm like, hold on, like, who are you? Like, I was literally saying, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Like, literally, that's all I was saying. I was just like, everything. And it was because of what I went through when I was younger. And now I realize why I did that, because that still haunts me till this day. When I go to sleep, that still haunts me. It creeps back up on me because I keep trying to run away from it. And that day, I realized I did that because I was asking him who he is, because I really didn't heal myself from what I went through when I was younger. And I really knew that person. I didn't know him like that, because I wasn't really like, I've seen him sometimes, and we've spent time together before, but not as much. Like, I didn't know him like that much. So when I seen him, when he actually stayed and lived with us, and I was seeing him like every day, basically for like 2-3 months or whatever the case is, I didn't know that was the kind of person he is. And basically that's where the who are you was coming from, because I didn't know who that was. Like, it's easy to see people from the outside and not really know what kind of person that person is. And that's what I realized, and that's why I basically questioned my baby daddy, like, who are you? Who are you? Like, I'm scared, you know? And that was the reason. And now I understand why I had to talk about this and really release that energy and just that out of my life, you know? And I'm really happy I actually talked about it, and I really came to a conclusion that's what was affecting me this whole time. And, you know, I just want to say, whoever, I don't want to make this video too long, and I'm gonna definitely make another video tomorrow talking about a part 2, basically, to what led me to just growing up so fast. For like people that don't understand, or my mom, if she's watching this, I really just want to make another video to what led me to grow up so fast, and what pushed me away from my mother. Because me and my mom were really close when I was younger. Like, yeah, we would have like arguments when I was like 7 and younger. Like, I would like get mad at her because, you know, of course, a lot of, like, that's kids, you know, they're gonna get mad at their mom when their mom, you know, beats them or whatever the case is, you know. So I feel like what really pushed me, like, me and my mom was really close, and I feel like what really pushed me away from my mom was just me being alone, me being sexually abused, and then me just having to grow up after that. After my dad had left our life, I had to help my mom because we was like living in an expensive apartment. It was $2,000. But whatever, I'm not gonna get into this because I really don't want this to be long, because I already have another video that stopped and stuff. But I'm gonna continue this tomorrow and just let you guys know what led me to grow up fast, and what led me to like kind of resent my mom and push my mom away a little bit more, and just like stuff that's really affecting me. But I honestly want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this video right now. Honestly, I hope you learn from this video and you just take what I've been through and kind of learn and get to know yourself and kind of see what's really bothering you and kind of just heal from it, you know. And I don't know who else have went through what I've went through, but if there's any family or whatever, you can come to me and you can talk to me, because honestly, I'm not going to tell you something wrong or different or whatever the case is. I want to help each and every one of you guys. And I really do thank you guys for just being there for me. And thank you, Shanana Divine Tarot. I think that's what her name is. That's what her name